Ian Scholes, if you spend enough time Googling the relationship between gross domestic product and cryptocurrency, you will discover your eyes glazing over and your brain turning into a kind of pudding that cannot be measured or monetized. One realizes that more things don't count in the GDP than do. Interest, credit ratings, short-term loans, nope. Statistics do not have a home in the GDP. Fund a statistical study, that might be included, but not the results. Money is counted if you buy something, or you can count what was bought, but not money. But if you buy something with Bitcoin, GDP gets confused. Its value goes up and down. You could buy a pizza with it, for example, and discover that you're paying twice as much just between order, delivery, and consumption. But we hope eventually to create value through mining, wish fulfillment, and the lavish application of Adderall. I think that's how it works in our dreams. How do we measure value? I guess in dollars. We certainly don't measure dollars in Bitcoin, though Bitcoin, crypto in general, can be tokenized, that is, turned into an actual coin. But if you want to de-tokenize your token, I learned it involves going to your original blockchain, kids. If you forget your password, by the way, you're screwed. And you will never see your particular precious pile of Bitcoin again. Part of the fun of crypto is figuring out how to spend it and when. It will become the money of the future. Damn it, that's the dream. Let's face it. I have skimmed many articles about how crypto is affecting the GDP. It turns out it's not crypto per se, which lands there. It's crypto mining and data storage centers, which require energy and labor, which cost money, which are part of the GDP, but not crypto itself. It's like fairy tales. The books are real enough, but the jury's out on actual fairies. If, like Bitcoin, they exist, they can create their own value. So, on a daily basis, everything looks like it's moving into various stages of unreality. How does this affect the GDP? Well, good question. Movies, for example, once occurred in movie theaters in the same way money occurred in banks. Now, theaters are gone, cassettes, DVDs, and movies are streamed, a magical process that occurs on local televisions. Movies are still part of the GDP, but they seem to be transitioning into a service like getting a massage. At some point, I reckon, they'll just disappear or become something else. Mark Andreessen, the billionaire, helped bring Netscape to the world, and where is it now? Recently said in the podcast hosted by his venture capital conglomerate called A16Z, I guess because Netscape 3000 was taken, that a new AI technology is going to change movies forever, handing the making over to, quote, the filmmaker with no visual skill, or access to a set, or to a camera, or to actors, but with an idea. It's going to start with shorts and animated things and so forth, but it's going to work its way up to full movies. I think that's a reason for profound optimism, unquote. But who's going to feel this profound optimism? Probably not actors or cinematographers or set designers or costume designers. Their wages won't be showing up in the GDP, except money as we know it may be disappearing. Unless you consider crypto money, which it might be in fairyland. Here, I don't know. Does it matter? AI is coming, and writing as we know it will probably disappear, and movies as we know them no longer exist. How does this relate to GDP? From what I've read, guys like Andreessen and Peter Thiel are kind of nouveau libertarians of the future who want to create fiefdoms for themselves and their wealthy ilk, throwing shiny circuses at us in the grim valley below, affordable with our good credit. Trying to sell us non-existent movies that we'll then have to pay to make ourselves seems part of the brand. There are no used cars in the GDP. Also, many things that once were no longer are, like fedoras, yellow cabs, steam engines, big light phones, good old Republican values, Metrical, and Kingston Trio records. So how will this work on movies made without studios or actors, script, or film? Well, it'll be streaming, which is almost like showing a theater, except it's television, isn't it? Like putting lipstick on a pig, really. Except no pig, no lipstick, and no tokens. Podcasts, though, they're here to stay. They're the Bitcoin of broadcasting. I gotta go.